Welcome to this IELTS Listening Practice Test, brought to you by Spinta, your partner in English exam success. This test simulates the real IELTS listening experience with authentic question types, timing, and difficulty levels you'll encounter on exam day. You'll hear the audio only once, just like in the actual test, so stay focused and keep your pencil ready. Remember to read the questions carefully during the preparation time and transfer your answers accurately. This practice will help you build confidence, improve your listening skills, and familiarize yourself with the IELTS format.
Part 1. Now look at Part 1. You will hear a conversation between a community center staff member and a woman inquiring about booking a room. You will now have some time to look at the questions.
Good morning, Northwood Community Center. Sarah speaking. How can I help you today?
Oh, hello, Sarah. My name is Amelia Thompson. That's Thompson. I'm calling because I'd like to inquire about booking one of your rooms for an event next month.
Certainly, Ms. Thompson. We have several rooms available for various activities. Could I just take a few more details first? What's the best phone number to reach you on?
Yes, of course. It's 077-00-900-123. And my email address is amelia.t@webmail.com. Just webmail, not Gmail or anything like that.
Got it. amelia.t@webmail.com. And what kind of event are you planning to hold, if you don't mind me asking?
It's actually for our local book club. We're looking for a comfortable space for our monthly meeting, so it's a club meeting, really.
A book club meeting, lovely. And when are you hoping to hold this meeting? We're getting quite booked up for next month, especially on weekends.
Right, well, we're aiming for Saturday, September 15th. We usually meet on the second Saturday, but that weekend is already fully booked for our members, so we decided on the third one instead.
September 15th, I see. And what time would you prefer for the meeting to start? Our evening slots usually run from 6 p.m. onwards.
We were thinking of starting a little later, perhaps around 6:30 p.m., to give everyone time to get there after work. And it usually lasts about 2 hours.
6:30 p.m. Perfect. And approximately how many attendees are you expecting for this meeting?
Typically, we have about 20 to 25 people, so I'd say 25 would be a good estimate for the maximum.
25. Noted. Now, do you have any specific equipment requirements for your meeting? For instance, do you need a projector for presentations or speakers for audio?
Yes, actually. A projector would be very useful, and good quality speakers are a must for our audiobook segment. Oh, and does the room come with a flip chart? We often brainstorm ideas.
Yes, all our meeting rooms include a flip chart and markers. So that's projector, speakers, and a flip chart. Great. Just to let you know, for a 2-hour booking for 25 people with that equipment, the total cost would be £120.
120 pounds? That sounds reasonable. How do I go about making the payment?
You can pay over the phone with a credit card, or if you prefer, you can come into the center and pay in person. We don't accept cash, unfortunately, only card payments.
A credit card payment over the phone would be easiest for me. Wonderful. Thank you so much for your help, Sarah.
You're most welcome, Ms. Thompson. I'll send you a confirmation email shortly. Have a lovely day.
You too. Bye.
Part 2. Now look at Part 2. You will hear a museum coordinator giving an orientation talk to new volunteers. You will now have some time to look at the questions.
Good morning, everyone, and a very warm welcome to the National Heritage Museum. My name is Clara Jensen, and I'm the volunteer coordinator here. It's wonderful to see so many enthusiastic new faces joining our team. Today's session is designed to give you a broad understanding of what it means to be a volunteer at the museum, covering general expectations and the fantastic opportunities available to you. We won't be diving deep into specific departmental duties just yet, but rather focusing on the overall volunteer experience. So it's more of a general overview of volunteering here. First, I want to thank you all for dedicating your time and energy to our institution. Our volunteers are truly the backbone of the museum, helping us engage with the public and preserve our invaluable collections. What can you expect from us in return? Well, beyond the satisfaction of contributing to a cultural landmark, you'll have access to exclusive lectures, workshops, and even professional training courses that are usually reserved for paid staff. It's a great way to develop new skills or enhance existing ones. We also offer staff discounts at our museum shop and cafe, but the training is really the key benefit. Now, for some practical information for your first day, which will be next Tuesday. Please arrive at the main reception by 9 a.m. sharp. You'll be given your ID badge and uniform, which consists of a branded polo shirt. We recommend wearing comfortable shoes, as you might be on your feet for extended periods, especially if you're working in the galleries. You don't need to bring a packed lunch as we have a staff canteen, and your identity will be checked during the onboarding process, not on your first working day. One important note regarding safety and safeguarding. Any volunteer who will be working with children, perhaps assisting with school groups or educational workshops, will need to undergo a full background check. This is standard procedure to ensure the safety of all our young visitors. We actually just finished renovating our main exhibition hall, which now features a fantastic interactive display for children, but the background check is important for those working directly with them. Moving on, let's look at the various volunteer roles available, as many of you expressed an interest in specific areas. We try to match your skills and interests with the museum's needs. Firstly, we have gallery assistants *. This role involves being on the main exhibition floor, greeting visitors, answering their questions about the exhibits, and generally ensuring a pleasant experience. It's all about direct interaction with visitors. Similarly, the ** information desk ** role also heavily involves direct interaction with visitors, providing directions, handing out maps, and answering general inquiries about the museum. For both these roles, a friendly, approachable manner is key. Then there's * workshop support *. This typically involves assisting our education team with school visits and family events. These shifts are often flexible, making them ideal for those who can only commit to weekend shifts or have irregular availability. You'll be helping set up activities and supervise children. There is no historical knowledge required here, just enthusiasm. Next, the * gift shop *. This is another role with significant direct interaction with visitors. You'll be helping customers find items, process sales, and keep the shop tidy. It's a busy environment, especially during peak times. Finally, we have the archive helper position. This is a very different role, primarily behind the scenes. It involves assisting our curatorial team with cataloging new acquisitions, preserving documents, and organizing historical records. It's a meticulous job that involves handling and cataloging items, requiring patience and attention to detail. This role doesn't involve visitor interaction at all. We'll discuss your preferences individually after this session. Are there any initial questions before we move on to a quick tour?
Part 3. Now look at Part 3. You will hear two students, Liam and Chloe, discussing their group project on sustainable urban planning. You will now have some time to look at the questions.
Hey Chloe, how's the Sustainable Urban Planning project coming along on your end? I've been struggling a bit with finding relevant case studies.
Hi, Liam. Yeah, it's a big topic, isn't it? I think the most significant challenge we're facing, at least so far, is really the sheer volume of information and then narrowing down what's relevant, especially concerning current data availability from cities. It's hard to get recent, comprehensive data.
I completely agree. The data availability is a nightmare. I spent hours looking for specific urban mobility figures for Asian cities, and it was just scattered everywhere. What kind of sources have you been using mostly?
Well, besides textbooks, I found some really good academic journals through the University Library portal. They've been incredibly useful, much more so than the general online articles I started with. I definitely recommend checking them out. They offer deep dives into specific topics.
Academic journals, right? I'll definitely focus on those. So for our initial focus, we agreed to look at transport and housing, didn't we? What are your thoughts on sustainable transport strategies?
Yes, transport and housing. For transport, I think we should start with promoting walkability and cycling. They're fundamental to reducing car dependency and improving urban health. Many cities have successfully implemented infrastructure for these, like dedicated bike lanes and pedestrian zones.
Absolutely. And perhaps we could also look into public transport networks. What about smart road pricing, charging vehicles based on congestion or emissions? It's a type of infrastructure that could really reduce car use, even if it's not popular with everyone.
That's an interesting point, Liam. It could certainly contribute. And for sustainable housing, I've been thinking about different models, like co-housing or modular construction. But perhaps we should first investigate energy efficiency in buildings. That seems like a primary concern for sustainability.
Yeah, energy efficiency makes sense as a starting point. Then we can branch out into other aspects. What about green spaces? That's another major component of sustainable urbanism.
Definitely. I think for green spaces, the most effective approach isn't necessarily creating huge, sprawling central parks, which can be costly and sometimes inaccessible to everyone. Instead, integrating smaller green areas throughout the city, like pocket parks, green roofs, and community gardens, has proven to be much more beneficial for both biodiversity and local residents.
That's a good point. It aligns with the idea of creating 15-minute cities where everything you need is within a short walk or bike ride. Speaking of which, Professor Davies mentioned in our last lecture that without community engagement, even the best urban plans can fail. Did you get that from her?
Oh yes, she really emphasized that. Community engagement is absolutely crucial for the success and longevity of any sustainable urban project. No matter how advanced the technology or how well funded the government subsidies, if the people aren't on board, it won't work.
Right, so we need to include that aspect. And for a case study, I was thinking about Copenhagen, but it's quite a well-trodden path. What about Curitiba in Brazil? They've done some incredible work with public transport and green corridors, despite being a developing city.
Curitiba is a fantastic example. Yes, let's definitely consider Curitiba. It offers a different perspective than typical European examples. It's often cited for its integrated transport system and innovative approach to waste management and green areas.
Perfect. So, what's our next immediate step then? Should we try to finalize our research questions or just dive deeper into the literature?
I think another round of literature review is necessary. We need to gather more specific data and examples for both transport and housing aspects, perhaps with Curitiba in mind. Then we can refine our questions. I don't think we're ready to start drafting the introduction just yet.
Sounds like a plan. So, to confirm, we're really focusing our preliminary research on transport and housing as our main pillars, and Chloe, you're going to look into more academic journals, while I'll explore Curitiba a bit more, especially its green spaces. Let's touch base again next week.
Agreed. See you next week, Liam.
Part 4. Now look at Part 4. You will hear a university lecturer giving a talk about the impact of light pollution on wildlife. You will now have some time to look at the questions.
Good morning, everyone. Today, we're going to delve into an increasingly pressing environmental issue, light pollution, and its profound impact on global ecosystems. Often overlooked in favor of more visible pollutants, artificial light at night, or ALAN as it's sometimes abbreviated, is rapidly transforming the natural world. So what exactly is light pollution? It's formally defined as any excessive, misdirected, or inappropriate artificial light that disrupts the natural pattern of darkness. This disruption can have far-reaching consequences. Globally, the amount of light pollution is escalating at an alarming rate. Studies indicate that outdoor artificial lighting has increased by approximately 2% annually, and this figure is projected to rise further with urban expansion. The consequences are widespread, affecting everything from human health to climate systems, but our focus today will be on wildlife. Let's begin with one of the most well-documented impacts: birds. Many bird species rely on natural light cues, such as moonlight and starlight, for their migratory journeys. Artificial light, particularly from brightly lit urban areas, can disorient them, leading to significant disruption in their navigation. They become confused, fly into buildings, or exhaust themselves flying in circles around illuminated structures. This disorients their navigation and causes fatalities. Insects are another group particularly vulnerable. Moths and other nocturnal insects are irresistibly drawn to artificial lights, a phenomenon known as the attraction hypothesis. This attraction can lead to their death by exhaustion, predation, or collisions. Such impacts contribute to a dramatic decline in insect populations, which in turn has cascading effects throughout the food web, as insects form the base of many ecosystems. Furthermore, nocturnal mammals such as bats, badgers, and rodents are also severely affected. Their natural behaviors, including foraging and breeding, are often adapted to cycles of darkness. Artificial light can alter these patterns, forcing them to modify their feeding times, reducing their access to food sources, and even affecting their sleep patterns. For instance, bats may avoid brightly lit areas, limiting their hunting grounds. Now let's look at some specific examples and potential mitigation strategies. Consider *sea turtles. Female sea turtles nest on beaches at night, and their hatchlings emerge after dark, orienting themselves towards the brighter horizon over the ocean. However, artificial lights from coastal developments disorient the hatchlings, causing them to crawl inland towards these misleading sources, where they face dehydration, predation, and ultimately, death. A promising solution involves using low-wavelength red lights in coastal areas, as these are far less disruptive to the turtle's natural cues. Next, nymphs like frogs and salamanders, are also highly sensitive to light pollution. Artificial light disrupts their delicate feeding and mating cycles. Many species call and breed at night, and bright lights can deter them from traditional breeding sites, or make them more vulnerable to predators. To help them, communities can install motion sensors on outdoor lights, ensuring that lights are only on when truly necessary, minimizing their impact during critical periods for amphibian activity. Finally, we must not forget the impact on plants. While not as mobile as animals, plants too have evolved alongside natural light-dark cycles. Artificial light can alter their flowering and growth patterns, confusing their internal clocks. This can affect their ability to photosynthesize effectively, or to signal to pollinators. Addressing this often involves careful directional lighting, ensuring light is only cast downwards, and opting for warmer light temperatures, which are less disruptive to plant photoreceptors. In some cases, simply reducing the total hours of illumination can make a significant difference. The key is to be mindful of how and where we deploy artificial light. This leads us to the broader concept of responsible lighting, which we'll discuss next week.
And pencils down. You've survived another IELTS listening marathon. If your brain feels like it just ran a mental obstacle course, congratulations. That means you're doing it right. Want to torture yourself with more tests? We mean enhance your skills? Head to Spinta.org. That's SPINTA.org, where we've got reading, writing, speaking practice, and vocabulary games that are actually fun. Yes, fun and IELTS in the same sentence. We're rebels like that. Thanks for listening with Spinta. Now go treat yourself to something nice. You've earned it. Spinta. Push forward. Achieve more.